Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm so sorry, Australia. It's
Good
like
morning.
2 a.m. right there. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but they get to
Hi,
live in
Larry.
Australia. But they get to live in Australia, so I'm not feeling bad for
Right. I don't mean to laugh, but I'm so glad everybody's joining in. So thank you. We'll start at 1 o'clock. We're just waiting for everybody the speakers and presenters to connect and get set up.
them. And by the way, you got Thailand too. They're just as bleary-eyed.
Yes. You're right. Dr. Sunform, we're talking about you. How are you?
I want to make sure nobody forgot you. I wanted to, represent.
I'm nearly midnight. It's okay because many time that you also during the night time and we were during the daytime before. I mean the time that we met before, like you always in the
Yeah,
midnight or at 2 o'clock or something like that.
we do this around the clock. And I know you do this in your sleep, so it doesn't even matter.
So it would be fine.
Well, I'm gonna.
Yes.
Oh, hello. I'm gonna click off because I wanted to make sure the connections are right, and
Okay.
I didn't want to be fumbling around at the last minute. We've got what 20 minutes before 25
Yes. Yeah,
almost.
you got 22 minutes. Yep. So
Okay.
everybody's just getting their presentations together and all right, no problem.
See you in 7.
Okay. Hi, Vala. Hi, Raj.
Hi,
How y'all doing?
I'm
Good,
good.
Vala.
How are you?
Vala, you wide awake?
I'm good. How are you?
I hope you're
I,
awake.
I'm good, thank you. Hi, Alex.
Hello.
Hi, Wala.
It's good to
Hi.
see you guys. Alex, who's doing the presentation with you? Who's
I'm
doing
doing the press.
the
Yeah,
drone part?
yeah. Our drone will be done all on my end. Fortunately, we can't get the remote drone to work, but
Oh, okay,
we can still get a remote demo working
okay,
with just a light and a sensor.
okay. All right. Well, that's fine.
Yep.
I just wanted to know if because I didn't know is Victor joining or not?
Yeah, I'm not sure he's joining, so yeah, we'll see.
Okay, okay. All right. So we just have we're waiting for some more of our presenters and making sure that the sound and I know one person has a spreadsheet. Does it? I mean, a PowerPoint. Does anybody else have any presentations that's going to be used on a PowerPoint?
Yep.
No.
I've got a PowerPoint.
You have a PowerPoint? Okay, so you'll
Yeah.
just share your you just share your screen and then Dr. Sunpoint, what about you?
Yep.
Yeah, me too. I also have PowerPoint and also just click share from my screen. Yeah.
Okay, you'll do it on your okay, yeah. I just want to make sure
Easy.
that if I
Yep.
needed anything, okay. All right, so we're fine there. All right, I'm going off camera. I'll be on mute, but I can hear you if you need me. Just holler, okay?
Awesome.
Thanks. Hi, Sheik.
Hello, Miss Latoya. Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I never had a bad day, my darling.
I can tell you enjoying the sandy beach.
I always enjoy my beaches. I live in the town where beaches are like in my backyard. But
It looks like it's in your backyard.
I don't go to the beach though.
You don't?
When I
Okay.
used to have a place, then I go all the time, but I don't anymore.
Oh, okay. That's all right. You're not missing out because some of those Jersey beaches are a little dirty.
I don't like them anymore.
You're not missing out.
No.
All right, so we're waiting for some of the speakers and the presenters to join in and finish setting up. So we haven't started yet, and we're just gonna everybody's phones will just need to be on mute because we're gonna have to just check sound and some other stuff.
I just finished my Zoom meeting. There were over 1,000 plus people were on a Zoom.
Oh, so you showing off?
So that's why I log in earlier so I can get in. Because my other Zoom meeting where my business is,
Yes, I do.
we are over 1,000 people this afternoon.
Wow, that's
Because
really
we need to
impressive.
go to Las Vegas in July.
Okay.
We're having a Newark convention end of this month. So we are 1,200 people gonna come there. Yeah.
Okay, you get my plane ticket ready.
You let me know whenever you're ready.
Will do. All
No
right, thank you,
problem.
Sheik. We'll talk afterwards.
Sure.
I just got these messages I'm trying to respond to as well. I'm just gonna go on mute for a little while, but if you need me, just let me know.
Sure. Hello, Miss Jayla.
Hello. It's
How
nice
are
to
you,
meet
dear?
you. I'm great. How are you?
Introduce yourself, who you are, where you come from.
My name is Jayla. I'm from the US. I'm from Pennsylvania, born and raised, and
Wow.
I am currently a senior at Albright College.
In Pennsylvania, where? Philadelphia area?
Yes.
Okay, I'm in Havertown,
You said you're in Havertown?
Havertown, PA.
Havertown, PA. Oh, it's nice meeting you. Can you tell me a little more about yourself?
Well, I'm an entrepreneur and I like to help the helpless people. I do financial education.
Wow.
I'm a mentor and help all the people in my field.
Wow. It's funny you said you're focused in finance because I
Correct.
am an accounting major
All right.
and a business administration major as well.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
But I'm not a computer savvy though. I have a secretary, she does everything for me.
I'm trying to become computer savvy, so I understand.
Okay, I don't like computers.
Gotcha.
I like Zoom though, where you can meet
Yeah.
and greet people.
And you're about to be introduced to a lot of people who are interested in computers. So
Well, I'm lucky. I always have some my assistants. They
right,
always back me up. I have a team,
right. That's
so
great.
they do it. I'm good with talking.
I'm trying to improve my communication skills and
Uh,
and I'm trying to improve my tech skills as well, but I'm good on the business side. Behind
Congratulations.
thank you.
Hello, Mr. Sampon Chuai-Aree. That's it. Did right, sir?
Yeah, hello, say hello from Thailand.
Oh, Thailand, the next to Mexico or Thailand next to Philadelphia?
Thailand is ASEAN.
Next to
Yeah.
Singapore?
Yeah, Malaysia, Singapore. Yes.
So you guys had an earthquake lately. How's your family?
Again, please.
You guys have an earthquake lately, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, we have effects from Myanmar. Yeah, from Myanmar. It's quite hard in Bangkok. Yeah, in Bangkok, that is we have the collapse of the building. Yeah, the whole building is just still construction. Yeah.
Your family is safe?
Yeah, some of them, and then there's something like nearly 70 dead also, and also they have the hole, it's like after they collapse from many layers, 30 floors actually, and at the ground they also have the hole that is also they met some people also that they can survive also. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice to meet you, Mr. Should I call you? How will you call you? How you pronounce your name? How you pronounce your name?
Me
How you
or
say your name? My name
Sampon?
is
Yeah.
my name is Bastansaru Santarad. Can you say it? No, you can't. My name is Sheik. Easy, simple.
Yeah. Chic.
Latoya, I'm sorry.
Sheik.
I gotta get. You
I
look
had
so
to-
beautiful when you're laughing. I can't.
Thank you. I
I-
had to come on video and take the mute off because you are providing a much needed comic relief. I'll tell you that much
I
because
wanna engage everybody to stay in a entertain. I don't
okay.
want people to
Thank
feel
you.
like boring or what. Why nobody's talking?
Thank you.
I just
Thank
went to a mixer party last week, Philadelphia small business,
Yeah.
and everybody's on the phone. Everybody's on the phone in the cafeteria. I stand up. I say, guys, ladies and gentlemen, please listen to me. Like a 30 second. why you are here.
Mhm.
And everybody gave me some people gave me a great look, some people gave me a dirty look, some people, I don't give a damn. I said, you guys are here to interact with each other. Why you need this stupid phone if you don't want to be here? Go home. And
I
all of
hear
a
you.
sudden, everybody put their phone away. They start talking with other people. I said, that's the reason this company made a huge arrangement that we can get together here, interact with each other to find out who we are, what you do, and how we can able to help each other.
Right.
So a lot of
I-
people gave me a round of applause. Way to go, sir. You know,
So Sheik, we'll put together a Zoom where you're the master MC. Okay, and you can get us 1,000 participants as well.
I hope so.
So we'll put that together. And
Yeah.
I'm being very serious.
You doing a great job. I'm very proud of you, my dear.
Thank you. It's God.
Your
Thank you.
leadership, we need it. We need leadership
you.
like you are.
I appreciate that very much. That means a
Especially
lot.
Mr. Larry Irving. He's another
Yeah.
handsome young fellow right there.
You're up next, Larry.
Young fellow. Oh, I like those glasses aren't working, but thank you.
You look great, sir.
I'm
I'm
doing the best
proud
I
of
can,
you.
sir.
You took your time to come on Zoom. My hat's off for you.
No, I was here before, and then you weren't here, so I had to go wait till you got here because the party hadn't started yet.
Alrighty then. Actually, my party started 6 a.m. I have to take care of my mother.
So where are you?
I'm in Havertown, PA right now.
Are you in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, next
Oh,
to
you're what
Philadelphia.
driving distance?
Yeah, we need to get together. Luther, come on, let's get together.
We will. We'll coordinate.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll try, maybe people want to put their LinkedIn profiles or contact information in the chat, and we'll connect afterwards. So it's 2 a.m. in Thailand and Australia. Well, what time is it in Thailand?
11 a.m.
11
11
a.m.
p.m. 11 p.m.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not. Okay. And then, so we have students here, some that are on their break, then some people that are taking their lunch breaks. So we have a really stringent schedule. So once everybody starts to get settled in, then we're gonna move along.
I'm trying to figure out what Alex Farmer is up to. What are you doing? What are we seeing here, Mr. Farmer?
Just doing a test of a demonstration. So actually I have a light here. Hold on a second. Put myself on the screen. There we go. We have a light here on the board, and it's actually being controlled by Dr. Sonporn and from Thailand.
Huh.
I'm not touching
Okay.
anything on the computer.
And Alex, where are you?
I'm in Australia.
Okay.
We're in Australia. It's a big country.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
in South Australia. Yep.
Okay,
Adelaide,
so
South Australia.
Adelaide area, or Coonawarra, or Barossa, or
Adelaide area. Yeah.
Adelaide.
I found the buzzer as well.
Sorry.
He found the buzzer as well.
And hello, Ms. Holmes. Just so you know, we see you over there too, being quiet and smiling.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine. So where are you?
I'm in Reading, PA.
Oh, there's a lot of Pennsylvania action going on around here. Okay.
Yes. I'm in my business center on campus. So in between classes. So
Well, delighted to be here. I'm kind of between meetings as well, but happy to see all these smiling faces. Happy to
as
see that.
well.
Everybody got the Zoom thing from the email, right? I didn't have to do
When I
anything.
got it, I just somewhere is on my schedule somehow. So I think
Okay, because yeah, some of them they automatic, depending on your phone settings, it will automatically connect. I'm just getting messages of how to log in, and I'm just trying to respond to everybody. I thought it was in the email.
Yeah, I went to the email tab.
Thank you. Okay, just checking.
Is Miro wake up?
Say that again.
Miro.
So he's not feeling well. I hope that he still is at least able to call in, but he definitely said he's
Reach, but it seems nothing. It seems still
right.
somewhere. I think.
Yeah, it reminds me of when I got sick in Malaysia.
No, still
Right,
sleeping.
right ahead of the presentation. That wasn't fun. Hello, everybody. Hi, Tina. Hi, Sadam.
Hi,
Hi,
Latoya.
Manuel. Hello, hello, hello.
Good to be
Welcome.
here. Thank
Glad
you.
you're here. We're waiting for more of the speakers and presenters, and then others will be joining in. Tina.
Hi, Latoya.
Hey, are you able to see your slides from your computer now?
Come again.
Hold on. Are you able to see your slides now or no? I'm gonna pull yours up real quick and I just want to make sure. Hold on.
Hold on and let me find out.
Hi, Latoya.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. And yourself?
I'm great. I am great. Good to see you
Yeah, good to see you.
in London.
Yeah, we just left the BBC.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. When is it gonna air?
No, we were one of my
Well,
friends work here, so we were doing some content and stuff.
awesome. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Y'all are plugged in. Y'all have a nice network.
yeah, the network is good. I hope it still stays on strong. So you're waiting for others to join?
Yes. Yeah, we'll be starting shortly. People are they're rolling in.
Okay, I'm just going to put myself
Did you
on
see the
mute.
program? Okay, but you have a copy of the program, right?
Yeah, I have the copy of the program.
Okay, all right, so stay nearby.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so because we have 65 participants that have confirmed that have registered, and so people are coming in now.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the 2025 UN ECOSOC Youth Forum event titled STEM and Social Inclusion, Driving Change. This event is organized by Siblings Keeper nonprofit organization in collaboration with the STEMSEL Foundation. My name is Jayla Holmes. I am a senior accounting and business administration major at Albright College here in the United States, and I am expected to be graduating in a few weeks. To give you a little background information on our organizers, we first have Siblings Keeper, which is a US-based nonprofit founded in 2018. This organization is committed to uplifting marginalized and vulnerable youth through educational programs, psychosocial support, and recreational services. With a mission to create safe, nurturing spaces and promote healthy technology use, the organization empowers youth-driven innovation and social inclusion, ensuring no one is left behind. It has made an impact in 8 countries across 4 continents, working locally and globally to bridge gaps in education, mental health, and economic opportunity. Holding special consultative status with ECOSOC, Siblings Keeper's mission aligns closely with several of the Sustainable Development Goals under review at this forum, particularly goal number 3, 5, 8, and 17. The STEMSEL Foundation, the co-organizer is based in Australia. The breakdown of STEMSEL is STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, plus CEL, social enterprise learning. STEMSEL enables youth to learn to create practical STEM solutions for social community problems and expanding this with social enterprise. STEMSEL launched RunLink a disruptive AI technology in 2018 to empower youth to develop STEM solutions quickly. RunLink is a simple, user-friendly IDE inside a Wi-Fi chip to which enables users to bypass hours of coding. RunLink is easy coding. It's an easy coding IoT AI, and it is fast, easy, and fun to use. On today's agenda, we will have several speakers and presenters. Speakers will share their journeys in navigating through the world of STEM, and our presenters will share their innovations. To stay on schedule, I would like to ask that all questions be posted in the chat box and to kindly keep all devices on mute. Now we will hear from Latoya Samuels-Wharton, founder and president of Sibling Keeper nonprofit organization.
Thank you very much, Jayla. Thank you for your warm welcome and introduction. So I'll just reiterate some parts. My name is Latoya Samuels, and yes, I am the founder of Siblings Keeper, which is also not only registered in Pennsylvania, but it's also a registered NGO in Ghana. I'm sorry, I'm also monitoring the participation, people joining in. Sorry about that. I am so proud of the many students who have signed up to attend our STEM and Social Inclusion Teen Forum virtual side event, educating our youth of the inner, I'm sorry, pardon. Okay, more joining. Educating our youth on the inner workings of global diplomacy is essential because they're not just future leaders, they're leaders now. Our mission aligns closely with several of the SDG goals. We are advancing SDG 3, which is good health and well-being, through our emergency social support services. We funded surgeries, provided mental health resources, and distributed food and hygiene kits to underserved communities. We promote SDG 5, gender equality and empowering, by empowering young girls through education, wellness, and sports initiatives, ensuring that they have equal access to leadership opportunities and growth. In support of SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, we coordinate youth mentorship, trade workshops, digital literacy, and STEM programs, including hands-on coding and robotics, designed to cultivate real-world skills and economic mobility. And none of this would have been possible without strategic partnerships. As champions of SDG 17, Partnerships for the Goals, we have collaborated with institutions like Skylark Motions in Pennsylvania, Temple University School of Science and Engineering, SEDLA, based in Ghana, Ghana Code Club, Glauconies Foundation in Ghana, Code 57, which is in the UK, and they have bases in Ghana, Hands Across Philadelphia, the Justina Vitale Foundation, and of course, STEMSEL Foundation, to scale our impact globally. However, I must state, for the record, having named our partners, that my greatest partnership is with my grandmother, Roberta Johnson, a retired pediatric nurse from South Jamaica, Queens, New York. She was the primary funder of our largest initiatives, even during times when she didn't fully understand or believe in my vision. She still supported. She said, I don't know why I'm doing it, but I'm doing it. Yet she relied on her faith and her decades of experience in nursing to trust that people have a duty to care for and protect the most vulnerable in our communities. She would later come to learn that her compassion directly led to Siblings Keeper providing large food supply, access to clean water, donations of medical supplies and equipment, and educating and providing support to hundreds of women, children, orphans, and individuals with disabilities. It is an absolute honor to partner with a living legend and humanitarian whose quiet sacrifices laid the foundation for generational impact. At Siblings Keeper, we believe that STEM education is not just about access to AI, coding, or emerging technologies. It's about responsibility, protection, and purpose. We focus on bridging the digital divide. We'll touch on that phrase later, but we'll focus on the digital divide for marginalized youth by ensuring that they not only have access to these powerful tools, but also learn to navigate the digital world with safety, ethics, and discernment. STEM can also be a force for creativity and community transformation. But without protection, it could also be a space where exploitation, harm, and misinformation thrive. Giving a child unrestricted access to technology without proper guidance is like handing a student driver the keys to a high-speed vehicle with no training. We must go beyond teaching tools. We must teach safe, conscious, and ethical use. Years ago, I experienced the devastating consequences of unsafe digital access firsthand when I lost a 13-year-old loved one to suicide. Linked to online and in-school bullying and harmful content that was accessed through an unregulated school-issued device, that tragedy fuels our mission. I dealt with it silently for years, but I knew that I had to do something. So to ensure that no other family endures that pain, we champion cyber safety, mental health advocacy, and digital literacy right alongside STEM access. We call on all STEM providers, educators, and institutions to uphold a higher standard of accountability. It is not enough to expose students to robotics and AI. We must walk them through the ethical framework, safety protocols, and real-world consequences of these tools. STEM learning is not neutral. It can uplift or it can harm. Every click, every algorithm, every platform interaction is a step towards empowerment or exploitation, inclusion or division, light or darkness. At Siblings Keeper, we proudly choose to walk in light. We are committed to building a future where every young person is equipped not only with knowledge and skill, but with protection, wisdom, and courage to use STEM for good. So with that being said, I'm incredibly excited to hear I'm incredibly excited for you to hear from all of our speakers and presenters. Each one of them contributes to the Teen Forum theme of STEM and social inclusion in their own powerful and unique way. It is my deepest hope that every single person here walks away with at least one insight, one piece of wisdom you can apply in your own life to uplift others. Thank you. Back to you, Jayla.
Thank you very much, Ms. Samuels. We will now be hearing from Mr. Larry Irving of PBS, the chairman of the board of directors.
Good afternoon, and thank you. I think I'm supposed to be working with Mr. Ajmera. How are you? Is it Anbe?
Yeah, hi, I'm good.
Hi. Before we begin, I just want to thank Latoya Samuels for inviting me to participate in Siblings Keeper. I also want to thank STEMSEL. It's a privilege to be here. It's an honor to have this opportunity to engage with the young leaders of our globe.
Thank you.
Andre, I think I'm waiting for you. You're muted right now.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
so I'll ask my first question. So, with your expertise in shaping internet policies as Assistant Secretary of Commerce, you helped shape the Telecommunications Act of 1996, which opened up US telecommunications for competition and growth. So, what platforms or strategies can teenagers use today to influence tech governance, and how can youth organizations use these to amplify their voices?
The advantage that young people today have over the advantages that I had 30 years ago are too numerous to name. The reality is you have blogs, you have social media, you have TikTok, you have LinkedIn, you have all of these incredible tools. The concept of being able to talk to literally hundreds or thousands of young people simultaneously that a tool like Zoom gives you was something I couldn't have conceived of. But it's interesting we're talking about this because it always really starts with something local. Latoya Samuels talked about how her grandmother in South Jamaica, Queens, helped fuel her journey. I grew up in South Jamaica, Queens. It is completely accidental. We had no idea before 10 minutes ago that we had this connection in South Jamaica, Queens. And my work on the digital divide started because I came from a working class community in South Jamaica, Queens, where literally 1 out of 4, maybe 1 out of 3 households did not have a simple telephone back in the 1970s and 60s when I was growing up. And that helped me understand that these were tools that people needed. So I first started working on how did we get more people connected to telephones. And then when the internet came up, I realized that if people didn't have a basic telephone in the 1980s, then going into 2000, what were the likelihood is going to have access to the internet? And so it's always local. It's finding something in your community where you can make a difference and then expanding it to the globe. I don't think anybody in 1983, when we were first talking about how we could get more people in the United States on Indian reservations, Native American reservations, in the barrios, in Hispanic communities in the United States, in the ghettos of the
So, Larry, we lost your sound. No. Oh, man. You was cooking. I wanted to hear. Okay, while you try to work on your sound, Anvet, can you give Larry a moment while you go ahead and share your organization, please?
All right. All right. Hello, friends and changemakers. Today at the ECOSOC Youth Forum 2025, we're here to explore how STEM and social inclusion can ignite progress. My name is Anvet Mira, and I'm a 15-year-old from New Jersey. In the past, I've won state and national web development competitions. I compete in robotics nationally, and I'm working on research for high-altitude balloons. But today, I'm thrilled to share how I've used STEM to bridge gaps and empower youth, starting with a moment that changed the way I thought about marginalized communities. So one summer when I was 14, I got the chance to see a few villages in India. What I saw hit me. Bright kids, some my age, were stuck with no education, little to no technology, and no opportunity. That was when I truly understood that this was a harsh reality for millions, but it gave me an idea. In April 2024, as a ninth grader, I co-founded Coders Over Borders, a 501(c) nonprofit. Our mission: advance SDG 4 of quality education, SDG 5 of gender equality, and SDG 10 of reduce inequality by effectively bringing STEM to underserved kids. In our cohort 1, we used prior connections to target the Uduville Girls College. This is one of the oldest schools in Sri Lanka, but it caught a cut in funding in 2017. So we created hours of content displayed through Zoom meetings, and the University of Jaffna granted us 250,000 rupees to expand our reach. We even run 7 used computers from another nonprofit to give away. Now, with cohort 2 starting, our youth team spans 5 countries. We have hundreds of hours of content to teach, and we aim to grow our impact and online presence, newly inspired by the Ghana Code Club. I also wanted to use STEM to address my local community STEM gap. With Hack Club Support, a prominent coding nonprofit in America, we've hosted workshops that help students learn chemical engineering, build their first websites, and even build circuits with Arduino, all of which our school fails to effectively teach. We're working to launch a program where students build their own video game consoles. Recently, we earned a spot in our city's newspaper and were invited to attend a few events, and unsurprisingly, we were the only youth present there. We also wanted to take a step further regarding these students, whom we already taught, to use their newfound knowledge to impact others to build SDG 8. So the President's Volunteer Service Award program is a way to encourage and motivate youth to earn volunteer hours to eventually earn a gold medal awarded by, quote unquote, the President of the United States. So we're using this to launch another program where we'll build STEM kits to give away to the kids in Sri Lanka, and our first workshop will actually be next week. So all of this ties into my role as ambassador for the Dynamic Teen Coalition of the Internet Governance Forum, which is the first and only teen-led organization at the United Nations. We shaped the Global Digital Compact for an inclusive digital future and implemented youth perspectives into UN policy. We built an online community that accepts anybody who wants to start sharing their thoughts and become more involved. Today, I would like to present a problem that we can't ignore: addressing online teen bans while keeping online safety. The UN General Comment number 20 emphasizes child rights and says that kids have a right to be heard digitally. But how will this even happen if digital access isn't allowed? But then, at the same time, guardrails aren't being put into place for safety, and worse, the ones present are being removed, such as what happened with Meta in January of 2025. At DTC, in collaboration with Fotoya and the Internet Governance Forum, we wish to address these issues and advocate for solutions that youth can shape the digital future using STEM in a safe environment. So, what's the big idea? At 15, I've learned you don't need permission to change the world. You have the power to start immediately and help others do the same. Remember, together as leaders, we can break these barriers and achieve the SDGs. Thank you.
That was amazing. You know, you were asking me for advice. I don't think I'm going to call you and ask you for some advice. If I had known what you knew at your age, I think I would have maybe actually progressed somewhere in my career. But that was an astounding set of comments, and I think the future of technology, the future of STEM, the future of youth is in pretty good hands with you among the leaders.
Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed. Larry, we need to know, everybody doesn't know who you are. So can you just give a little background?
So my name is Larry Irving. I'm currently chairman of the board of the Public Broadcasting Service in the United States. I'm a former assistant secretary of commerce. In the 1990s, I'm the guy that coined the term digital divide, and both in the United States and globally kind of helped make that a household word. I've been working on how to use technology, connecting schools, libraries, hospitals, police cars, ambulances, fire trucks. We did all that in the early 90s and helped spread that gospel across the planet. I am the first African American to be inducted into the Internet Hall of Fame, and I continue to work on a number of issues, including greater access to AI and using AI for public purposes. Ms. Samuels and I met because I posted on LinkedIn just some comments about the lack of focus, how people of low-income communities and people of color in the United States aren't leaning into the AI revolution. And a little post I put had 133 impressions and 1,000 comments, which is astounding to me and makes me realize that there's a lot of work to do. But Andre, with young men, and I know there are young women on this call as well, like you, I think we're in pretty good shape. I want to make one point because I know we're running tight on time. One of the things that troubles me, I'm going to have my 70th birthday in a couple of months. In July, I turned 70. And so I look around and see who's looking at telecommunications and information policy. And unfortunately, it's people my age who make the policy. It's people in their 30s and 40s who are running the companies. But Andre, it's people your age that are going to be impacted and affected. So it's essential that people in their teens and in their 20s engage in this conversation, in fact, lead this conversation, because it's your cohort of young people that are going to have to live with the consequences of the decisions that people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s are making today. And that's a problem. Your passion, your understanding, your lived experiences have got to be included in the policy conversations that we're having in the United States and globally.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. And I
Excellent.
apologize. I talk too fast and I talk too much, but I've spent 40 years of my life living this dream of getting people connected, starting with the basic telephone and moving toward this new era. And it's so exciting to see people like Andre picking the baton and running with it, and you, Ms. Samuels, and the folks from STEMSEL. This is an exciting afternoon. I'm looking forward to hearing to the rest of the folks who have.
Excellent. Same here. I'm just blown away. Thank you. Back to you, Jayla.
Thank you very much, Mr. Irving, and thank you very much, Anve. I am beyond impressed by you both. Now it is time for us to move on to some Ghanaian youth pioneering in global creative futures through STEM. We will be hearing from Emmanuel and Samuel of Twins Don't Beg, and then we will be hearing from Samuel Enan from Do Creatives.
So Twins Don't Beg may have gotten dropped off. Emmanuel, Do Creatives, you can go ahead. I'm sorry, Samuel, are you there?
Hi, I'm here. Good evening.
Oh. Good evening to you in Ghana, and it's good afternoon here. I just want to say, let everybody know, today is his birthday. So he's with us today. So happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you
You're
so
very
much.
welcome.
Thank you. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on this platform. You know, the last time you told me to be on this platform, I cried in the morning. I told you, right? I cried and also thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Samuel-Wharton, also known as Do Creatives. I'm a freelance graphic designer and motion designer from Ghana. I'm incredibly honored to be speaking at this global platform. And first of all, I want to thank God for this opportunity. Everything I'm about to say or to share has been possibly only by God's grace, and I thank God for that. How do I even start? Okay. My journey as a graphic designer started from a place many would describe as limited. I had no formal training, no fancy equipment, and equipment, and definitely no roadmap. Just a bold laptop, free design software, and a deep sense of curiosity. I began by creating flyers for church events and social media, not knowing that those humble beginnings were actually the foundation for something bigger. With every project I grew, I watched YouTube tutorials. I made mistakes, I kept learning and trusted God through it all. There were many challenges, moments I felt stuck, unqualified and unseen, but I held onto the belief that my creativity had purpose. That belief paired with consistent action and God's favor began to open doors for me. Today, I have had the honor of working on national campaigns like designing for political movements and presidencies, religious platforms like Alpha Hour, and even book covers that are now published in other people's hands. For me, design is more than artistic. It's a tool for inclusion, for storytelling, for impact. It's how I serve. It's how I contribute to society. And in a world driven by technology, and thank God for AI, I have come to realize that creativity is deeply rooted in STEM. Graphic design is powered by software, devices, digital platforms, and it is constantly evolving. We, the creatives, we are not artists, we are also innovators, problem solvers, and digital builders shaping the future. This is what from limited to limitless truly means to me. It's not just about where you started. It's about where you allow your passion, your discipline, your faith to take you. I started where you allowed your passion, your discipline, and your faith to take you. I started with almost nothing, but God gave me everything I needed to begin. And also, I stayed faithful and He multiplied the little. I thank God for that. To every young person listening to me, I want to say that you don't need all the answers. You don't need all the perfect tools. You just need to begin. Start with what's in your hand. Stay consistent. Trust God. Be excellent. And even the small things, be excellent in the small things, because when creativity meets faith, I believe that there are truly no limits. Just as Proverbs chapter 18 verse 16 says, it says, a man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. I'm a living testimony of that. And thank you so much. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Samuel. I appreciate your sharing, your inspiring journey. Samuel has done he worked on presidential campaigns in Ghana. Like, you start from, hold on, sorry. Starting from just doing flyers in the comfort of your house to now working on presidential campaigns is tremendous, okay? Don't get discouraged. That's what he said. Every brick by brick, every movement forward in your vision and your purpose, those are huge gains in the long run because they all add up. So I just want to encourage you all to keep going with your passion, even when people don't understand what you're doing. It's not their calling, so they don't have to understand. So it's okay. Just keep going. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. The twins, Don't Beg, are joining back in. They were disconnected. Let's give them a moment. All right, twins, are you here? Twins, you're up.
Yes. Hi, Latoya.
Yes, we are all waiting for you.
Okay, sorry, I just got out of the train station.
It's okay.
Yeah. So, do we start with questions, or I can just
Just
introduce myself?
Please introduce yourself and your brother, and then if anybody has questions, they'll post it in the chat.
Okay. So, my real name is Samuel, and my brother is Emmanuel. We're both photographers from Ghana, West Africa, and we started our photography journey 10 years ago from Ghana, and we developed the passion for creative art and photography while we were back in the university, and we have been working extremely hard for the last 10 years to build our status as photographers. We've worked with a lot of global icons, from presidents to the regular or normal person in the society. And we working so hard to make photography and also access to equipment and gadgets to young people in Ghana and also in Africa. So that is the journey that we've been on for the last 10 to 15 years as photographers.
I'll also add that both Samuel and Manuel have also mastered the art of creating digital narratives, controlling the narrative of what different areas of Africa look like, what's happening on the ground, as opposed to people outside of the continent controlling the narrative. So it's a tremendous job that they've successfully accomplished. But I mean, they have become global icons themselves. So they have been traveling all around the world, doing work for dignitaries hosting art exhibits for them for their work. They've just been doing phenomenal stuff. So I'm just proud of them as young guys that had very humble beginnings, and they continue to remain humble. So I'm just grateful for them.
Yeah, thank you so much for remembering and reminding me of some of the things that I wasn't able to say. So
Of course.
If there's any more questions, so we are happy to take them. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let me see. Is there anything in the chat right now? No, I don't. Okay. So not at this time. Back to you, Jayla. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Do Creatives and Twins Don't Beg. We will now be moving on to Ernestina, founder and CEO of Ghana Code Club.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Latoya, for this opportunity. Unfortunately, I may have to go off video for my network to stabilize. Latoya, I hope that is okay.
It's okay. I have your slide up. Are you able
Yes.
to? You can see my
Yes,
screen?
I can see this. Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. That's all.
All right.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Yes. So, hi again, I'm Ernestina Apia, and I'm the founder of the Ghana Code Club. The Ghana Code Club is a non-profit organization founded in 2015 here in Ghana. We have a mission to empower young people across Ghana with digital skills, particularly in computer programming and technology. At a time when tech was transforming the world, most schools in Ghana were not teaching children how to code. I saw this as a problem and then approached the school and asked if it's possible to start a code club. They gave me the go ahead, and then that was how Ghana Code Club got started. So at the moment, we have 19 centers in collaboration with some other organizations like EcoBank, ATC Ghana, Samsung. What they do is they build the centers for us because in Ghana here, we lack the infrastructure. Unfortunately, governments do not prioritize this infrastructure. So we had to approach these organizations to help us build coding centers or other data centers for us to facilitate lessons from. So we have 19 of these that we run coding sessions from directly. Aside that, we also organize teacher training where one time we got partnership. We were fortunate to have partnership with the government, and then we were able to train up to about 1,500 teachers. We were fortunate enough to also print some other workbooks that will help or assist this teacher. So indirectly, every teacher has in contact, a direct contact with about 300 students. So in a year, indirectly and directly, we get up to at least 30, we reach up to 30,000 kids starting to learn to code here in Ghana. So in a nutshell, that's how come Ghana Code Club came. I'll be here for other questions. Along the line, we have established some programs like 100 girls learning to code. What this means is every community, every year we approach these communities that had the centers and then train teachers to teach 100 girls to expose them to computer programming. And we also have other programs in schools. We have, please, can you just scroll down for me? We have organized coding sessions in libraries, with community centers and all that. We train people, and all these is just pure passion from us. When I started, it was just pure passion. We just, anytime a school approaches us and asks if it's possible for them to be trained, we just give them training, and then they start teaching kids to code. So that's what we are doing at the moment. I'll be here for any question if you have. Thank you, Latoya.
Thank you very much, Tina. I'm so grateful for you. I'm grateful for our partnership, and I know personally that the communities are benefiting and very grateful because we've seen the progress. So, oh, you're welcome. If there's no questions, which I don't see, back to you, Jayla.
Okay. Thank you, Ernestina. Next, we will be doing some stem cell presentations. We have presentations from Valar, Alex, Karan, Abdul, and Jackson.
Okay, I'll say Valar, if you can go first.
Hi everyone, thank you for having me, Latoya, and thank everyone else. My name's Vala. I'm 14 years old and I live in Australia. I'm going to talk a bit about my project that I won this year for the Royal Adelaide Show. It's a bushfire early warning system, and it's meant for bee farmers who have beehives in remote areas, particularly in Australia here. A lot of farmers live tons of kilometers away from their beehives, and they have to travel like 4 hours a week just to check up on it. And I thought that there could be like a much more efficient way when I joined STEMSEL and started to learn about RunLink and the Mario transceivers and stuff. So what my project does is it senses the temperature, humidity, and weight of the beehive. And all that data gets sent to the Mariota transceiver, which is sent to a satellite and is sent back to the farmer's laptop. And the farmer can view all this data on the RunLink webpage, especially in areas with no mobile network and no internet, because a lot of areas in rural Australia here have no network, and it's hard to do projects like these without them. But RunLink is very easy to use and uses easy coding. And I was a bit surprised as well when it worked without the internet. And this was actually very interesting because it uses the world's first satellite IoT, not just normal, but I'm actually connecting to the satellite to do a project like this. And it's not just for bee farmers. This project can actually be used globally for anything. I know Alex is doing something similar to this, but for floods, I'm pretty sure. And this really helps bees because without bees, there's no pollination and growth and flowers, and the whole system kind of collapses. I actually looked it up, and in 2019 to 2020, 10,000 beehives, which is around 45,000 bees, were killed because of the bushfires here. So if you think about this system, I think that it could be a lot more efficient, and so many more of those bees could have been saved. So with this, farmers can actually check on their beehives from home rather than having to travel. It saves money and time as well. And yeah, if anyone has any questions.
Many
Thank
thanks
you.
to the brilliant Vala. I appreciate you sharing and you staying up at this hour. What time is it there? She's in Australia. What time is it now?
It's 3:15 a.m.
AM. Yes. So we're not going to keep Vala. If anybody has any questions, you can ask them now so that she can go to sleep. If not, thank you very much, Vala. I appreciate you. Okay, so Alex, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Hello there.
Oh,
Can you all hear me all right?
alrighty. Yes, we can. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so I'd like to start off by just introducing myself. So my name is Alex Farmer. I'm from Adelaide in Australia. And yes, it is very early for me. It's 3:15 a.m. Yeah, I'm trying to stay awake. So I'm from the STEMSEL Foundation in Australia, and I actually grew up as a student of STEMSEL Foundation. I've moved on to basically volunteering for them. So let's go on about what STEMSEL Foundation is and what we actually do. So the STEMSEL Foundation is a not-for-profit organization. We're based in Adelaide in Australia, and we're dedicated to empowering youth, young people, youth, students, and pretty much anyone through STEM education. And we aim to bridge the skills gap in STEM industries, particularly for disadvantaged youth, by providing hands-on workshops, educational programs, and resources. So our goals are to simplify coding while still providing a powerful and exciting platform to work with, reduce teachers' workload, and provide a competitive advantage for students. So as we've just heard from Vala, she's actually a very aspiring young inventor, and she actually won a competition at the Royal Adelaide Show. So we have a show here in Adelaide. It's called the Royal Adelaide Show, and we have an inventor competition. And yeah, Vala actually won the overall prize in her category. And as part of that, she won a trip over to Malaysia to then show off her invention to the world. So at STEMSEL Foundation, our main initiative is the RunLink program. So what RunLink is actually a website inside a chip that makes STEM education more accessible and more engaging to students, educators, and professionals alike. And it does this by simplifying coding massively, allowing essentially everyone to create code for actual practical devices. So in just 2 lines of code, we can already use the RunLink system to make a light turn on and off, or even a buzzer, or even any large devices like a lamp using relays. And with other systems like Arduino, this could take up to like 120 lines of code to make that same web server. So it saves students a lot of time to make really powerful devices. So RunLink can be used for remote sensing, data logging, control, Internet of Things, and even artificial intelligence. Because these devices are actually connected, can actually be connected through the internet, and they can use like APKs such as like artificial intelligence, AI voice. And so as we've already heard from other speakers, many people around the world, particularly those who are disadvantaged struggle with STEM education because of this. I believe Larry described it as a digital divide between those who are disadvantaged and those who actually have access to STEM education. An era where STEM education is becoming a much sought after skill in the industry. People can now be given a huge advantage with this easy coding. So I'd like to also move on to a quick demonstration on the system. So what I'll do is I'll share my screen if that's okay. Can we make that work? Oh, there we go. All right, so I have up on the screen here. This is actually the web page that we have for RunLink. So as you can see, it's very easy to use. You can easily have configure inputs, outputs. So each of these fields is actually a pin on our controller. And then we have coding fields here. So you can see here, I have some very simple code here. And this is actually the code for a very simple web page, which puts 2 buttons on the page, one to turn an alarm on and one to turn the alarm off. So if I click run now, I have an alarm control web page, and I'll switch to my other camera here. So what you're seeing on my camera now, this is actually the chip that I have on my table here. And if I click alarm on, it's going to turn on a buzzer. Not sure if it will come through on the sounds.
Yes, the
Oh,
sound
sorry,
came
that's on.
through. We
Yeah,
can hear it.
nice. So that's just 2 lines of code, and we've already made a web page that controls an alarm. And we can also automate it. So this also has a sensor on it. So it's got a light sensor here. And if I cover the light sensor, you can hear that it's actually an AI voice. So this is literally all the code for it. It's very simple, very easy for students to understand, and it's actually provides a real life solution. So I'll do another demonstration now. I'll stop the sharing and give me a second. So we have Dr. Sonporn in the meeting. And what he's going to do is
Yes.
he's actually going to remotely control my chip from Thailand. So because this is actually connected through the internet, we can even have connections over the internet to other countries even. So we can monitor sensors from overseas, from other countries. We can control devices remotely.
Now I turn it on.
So I'll bring my camera
From
up. I am
Thailand.
completely hands off. I'm not touching my computer. And Dr. Sunpoint is controlling the
I
light
turn off.
on the chip.
I turn off again and I turn on again. Show your hand again.
And completely hands off.
Yes.
This is all Dr. Sunpoint. This is all from Thailand. You're several thousand kilometers away, and yet Dr. Somporn's connection can reach my chip and then turn on off the light.
Yes. So good.
And because RunLink is actually connected to the internet, we can also control other devices by using RunLink. So I've got another demonstration that actually has a drone. So you can see here on my floor here, I've got a drone, and I'll bring up my web page as well. Take me a few seconds to connect. So I'll share the screen again. You can see my screen and also the camera there. restart this. There we go. So you can see I've got my chip and also the drone. So this is actually controlling the drone in live. We can get the battery. We can tell the drone to take off.
Fly somewhere.
Oh. Looks like the drone's having some trouble tracking on the floor. This drone is actually using cameras, which tracks the ground, because the ground is pretty confusing pattern for the drones. It struggles to stay still. And this drone can also be automated. So using a few simple lines of code. So in my JavaScript loop here, this is again very simple. In other software like Arduino, this would take thousands and thousands of lines of code. So we have this very simple code. This will basically check if the sensor is covered. And if it is covered, then it'll send the drone up automatically. It'll say that there's an intruder in the house. Doesn't get to work. That was just done automatically. And we now scared off the intruder. All right.
Excellent. So that means that any of you guys can just simple lines of code can create your own security system with the use of a drone and creating a very basic, very simple web page. So you're not even using any other controllers except for what you create on your own phone or mobile device, laptop, tablet. It's really
That's
simple.
right, absolutely. It's extremely simple. So this technology is being used both in Australia and overseas to disadvantaged countries like Malaysia, Cameroon, Thailand, all over the world. And we're getting students involved in this to do that, make their own projects, enter competitions, and really develop their skills in STEM.
Thank you very much, Alex. If there's no questions, we're going to go right back to Jayla.
I actually have a quick question. My apologies.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right.
So with the technology that you show, first and foremost, great job. Very interesting.
Thank you. Yeah.
You said it's currently being used, I think is what I thought I heard. But if so, which industries do you see it being prevalently used in, and or do you see where it can be adopted?
Yeah. So the main use of the Runlink technology is it's an educational platform, but it can also be used for very fast development in industry as well. So we also emphasize creating student industry connections as well, so connecting students to the industry. So we have a company called NovaFast Pipes in Australia, and they're actually using the Runlink technology to do testing. So they're using the Runlink to connect to a pressure. They did a test using a pressure sensor, a strain gauge on a pipe, and they actually pressurized the pipe to like many thousands of psi, and they used the Runlink to get that data and display it on a graph for them. So it's not just used for education; it can also be used in industry as well, and in all kinds of places.
Okay, no, brilliant. I think it's a very interesting technology, and but my background is manufacturing operations, supply chain. So I was just kind of thinking, like, especially as we're looking to automate more things within the industry, right? And then also, I'm in the food services business as well. So I was just kind of thinking, like, how can this technology be infused, integrated, and used in across those different industries? So, but a good job though.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Great question. Can you, Alex, can you just elaborate a little bit more? You said that you didn't have to use what you were able to just connect to the satellite. So you're bypassing, that means that some people don't have to purchase data?
Yeah. So another
let's-
area that we've, yeah, let me just
Let's
switch
talk
my
about
camera real
that.
quick. Yeah. Yeah. So another area that Runlink is being used is for the first time ever, we've actually enabled students to connect with satellites. So we've partnered with a company called Myriota, who develop a way to connect ground devices with satellites and transmit small amounts of data over satellites. And we've actually enabled students to access this as well. I will share my screen as well, actually. So I'll come over here and show you a project that I've worked on that uses the satellite. So I have over here, this is actually a project that I won in the Royal Adelaide show. So I entered this into the Royal Adelaide show and won the overall prize. And I took this over to the Malaysian Young Inventors, the World Young Inventors exhibition, and I won the Best Young Inventor award. So this project that I have here is actually a smart irrigation system that uses the Runlink technology. So we have the Runlink chip inside this main enclosure here, which connects to a network of pressure sensor and a network of valves and a pump. So this system I developed can automatically monitor what irrigation system. It can automatically control it and detect leaks and then notify farmers that their irrigation system has a leak remotely. And so this right here, this is actually the Myriota transceiver. And with the Runlink, we can actually easily connect to this device, and then we can actually use it to transmit data straight to satellites. And using Runlink, this is technology that students are able to access. It's actually being provided, the data service is being provided for free. So all the students need the hardware to make this happen. And using Runlink, it's very as simple as plugging the device in and a few lines of code, and you've already got a system that's capable of transmitting straight to satellite.
Excellent.
Again, this is a very easy system for students to code.
Excellent, excellent presentation. Thank you very much, Alex.
There
Thank you
is
so much.
another question in the chat.
Okay. What are the current technical limitations or challenges you're facing with Runlink?
That's actually a very good question. Yeah. So because Runlink is able to connect with devices over the internet, there's a huge range of projects it can do. So just using very simple code and you can create IoT devices. One of the limitations that I found is currently you can't actually program the chip directly, so it can't do any high-speed computing. But it's not designed for that. It's designed for IoT devices, so remote sensing and remote monitoring, remote control.
Okay, is that the only limitation right now?
That's the only limitation, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Alex. Any more questions? Let's see. All right, Jayla.
Okay. Thank you, Alex, and thank you, Valor. Next, we will have Dr. Samporn come on to address academic and regional highlights.
Yes, thank you very much for invitation, and I'm very happy to see all of you today, tonight, together. And okay, let me check for the slides. Let me share the slides. Can you see that?
Yes.
Let me move a little bit for different screen now, okay? So first of all, thank you very much again for invitation. And today I will show you for the example of the digital education, youth engagement, and sustainable text. Okay, I also use Runlink also to develop since it is faster than what I used before from other technology. Okay, and actually I am working as a scientist and lecturer at the Flint of Songkhla University in the Faculty of Science and Technology, Department of Mathematics and Computer Science. And at the moment, I am the director of the John F. Kennedy Library in Prince of Songkhla University. In this building, actually, the JFK Library is this building, okay? It's about 55 years ago, okay? And after we met Dr. Peng and also the STEMSEL Foundation, we also starting for the soft lab, okay? That is the lab that we let the kid come to code and come to do with the IoT, AI, or AR, VR, gaming, thing like that, okay? And what I will show you tonight is like, okay, after I have the things also working here in the library, I would like to distribute the idea in order to serve the kid or the youth in some other regions, okay? And then I decided to build our own house. It's namely Plern Stay, okay? Plern is mean play and learn. Play plus learn is to be Plern, okay? Plern in Thailand is like we fun, yeah, have fun, okay? And then I just test with the solar tracking system, which is SDG 7, okay, together with the SDG 4, okay, for the education. You can also visit this website in order to walk around, okay? You can capture and maybe can also, or maybe I can also put the link for you too later, but okay. And this is a house that's during the construction is about nearly 2 years ago. I just did it in order to show the people that, okay, we also have the like a place in order to like for water flooding, for example, we can also do the prevention of the flooding, and also try to gain also some renewable energies, thing like that. And we add like a solar energy over there in order to have like a place in order to supply for a whole house. We also get the rainfall from the roof in order to store in the tank and something like that. Design for the plate in order to grow the plant and so on, vegetables, thing like that, in order to supply this house from the remote area, for example. So this is just the idea, okay? The house is here, okay? And this is like the house that after completely construction, okay? We have something like this. I also put like a wind turbine in order to let the student can also check for the rotation or for the speed of the wind and what the energy we have, something like that. And also for the car roof, we also add like a solar panel in order to let people think of that, and then they ask for question, and also we can also supply for the energy of the car, okay? This is idea in order to make it learn like play and learn together with the daily life use in order to motivate and engage the student, okay? And then here is also we have the service in order to let the student come to the house to the Plern Stay, and then try to do coding together. And then they can also code for some project that based on Runlink's Wi-Fi chip technology in order to make like a STEM, AI, IoT, easy coding based on the Runlink, and to support for the SDG Sustainable Development Goal, right? And this is during the Royal Adelaide show at that time, like last year, in order to let the student try to do the project And actually, this is the student from my alumni school. Okay, that is it in the high school, in the junior high school, but they are in the senior high school, grade 4. Okay, and this is during the time that we try to let the student working together. And for the car, this is also for the car. It's just in order to show the people that it's also we can have a chance in order to provide the energy instead of have the I mean like what they call this the engine that we have, like what they call, I forgot, sorry. And that is also the idea. It's like for example, this car for the part of electricity is powered by solar cell. Okay, that is 100% powered by solar cell. But for the wheel, it still have the diesel engine. Okay, still have the internal combustion engine inside. Yeah, this is how it look like that. Yeah, and this is for the solar panel that we design in order to make it like a solar tracking system during the morning, in the noon time, or in the afternoon time, in order to gain more, like at least 10 to 20 percentage of the energy yeah, production. So this is from different perspective, like that. And maybe you can also have a look for the video that is and then for the rainfall, we also can collect for the rains collection here, like a tank, and we have the rice field over there, and we have the pond over there, in order to combine them together for the sustainable household. Yeah, to supply the house, and also in the case of natural disaster events, for example, flooding, this house can also survive, can also provide for the energy and so on. Yeah. And this is an example of the student that they come and what is the production, what they have done. Okay. For the grade 4 student, firstly, we also train them how to connect the battery. We design like, okay, you are one person for one battery, 12 voltage battery, and then how we can connect the positive and negative together. And I am the inverter, or I am in the charger, something like that. So this is like the way to connect the plus and minus together. You know, like you have the plus for the right hand, the negative or positive polar, or the negative with the hand, and then try to connect together to let them get the idea of the energy experiment with solar, like that. And then we design, let them to think of the, okay, if you want to rotate the solar tracking, they will know, oh, you have the more energy, or the voltage we have the different voltage also, even we have the different angle of the panels to the sunlight, something like that. And then they understand, and then I give them the example for three step rotation, like in the morning, in the noon, and in the evening. How can you design to have the 5 different step more in order to gain more energy, for example. And then we try to let them try to understand and try to configure the code, something like that. And this is the example of the code, okay, with the links that Alex showed you already. And then we can also like have the part of the HTML, and then also JavaScript. HTML is for the website, and JavaScript for computation part of the HTML. And JavaScript loop is to connect with the chip, Wi-Fi chip. This is to control from different time, something like that, in order to turn on and off for the actuator, right? Something like that. And then we can add also like other part of the website, for example, link to the Windy, in order to see the situation of the cloud or the raining situation in order to combine them together like that. And it is a part of the example of the control. I will show you later for also controlling real time, for example, at the moment like that. And it is also the example of the code and also controlling the solar panel. Yeah. So we have like normally we can supply for a whole house, and I am now at the room that we have the inverter for 10 kilowatt, battery for 14 kilowatt hour, something like that. So. And actually, we also have this idea also in the library, around the library. Not only the library is not only you come to borrow the book and something like that, but we also have the knowledge around the library building in order to show them how can we gain the energy from sunlight, something like that. This is example of the bigger system that with two axes with north and south, and also east and west also the morning, in the afternoon, like that, like this one. It is like a two different axes. Okay, you have like also the seasonal and also daily. Yeah, I will show you a little bit for the example. Okay. And it is real time at the moment. Okay, this picture is real time. I can show you for this one. Okay, I use my phone in order to check. We have a look for the roof. Okay, this is the roof. Okay, we can also like okay, I can show you like I get the code from the Wi-Fi chip, and then I have the long hand or the short hand in order to show that it can move with a different angle. For example, at the moment it is long hand, and I make it short hand in order to let it face to the east side. For example, now it's moving, right? I can show you another side, maybe. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, going up. Yeah, that is it's move, right? Maybe another app that you can see better. This one. Okay, now at the moment it's moved in this direction. Okay, I can make it long hand again. Long hand, it means this actuator, it will have the prolongation, right, and feed it to the west side. And this is just the idea. I mean, actually we can also make run code, and then if I stop it, and then it stop over there, right? And if I run code, I can see it will check for the situation.
Welcome to Plernstay, Solar Tracking System, STS, using Runlin 2.3.1. Good afternoon or good night, PV for West.
Yeah. And that is, and another one is for the run links for satellite at the moment. I also try to record and test with the information that is it will upload and send the data to the satellite to the transceiver. And after that, I just test for a few days, and then we can get the data like this. Okay, we can also get data, and then we get the data from the see it update already for the that yesterday and today. Okay, and for Plernstay, you can go to this link. I can show you for, I can send you for the chat, maybe in case you can you want to visit my house, so you can have a look like that. And then you can click this one. It means it will show like it will show for the video, okay? Like a tour of the house, something like that. So you can have a look, you can move like that, okay? So it video and then 360 degree, okay? Could be okay, I think should be enough. And for the university, it look like this, okay? This is for the John F. Kennedy Library and in Prince of Songkhla University. So if you have chance, please come to Thailand and to the southern Thailand. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay.
Excellent presentation, Dr. Samporn. Excellent. I'll start with the questions. How much is a house and can I place an order?
Sorry,
Can I place an order for one of those houses?
you want to order?
Yes, I do. I want,
Okay,
it's very, very cost efficient and impressive.
yeah, actually it's about, I think it's about $1 million baht, okay? It's together with the solar cell, okay? And actually the only the house is about $25,000, okay, US dollar.
Wow.
Yeah. So actually you
Excellent.
can design, I mean the idea you can make it, and if you can add like okay, I just make it like with the steel box, right? And then with the floor, it's just use the simple material, but the roof I just add like metal sheet, the metal sheets with high technology that is from German technology, in order to reduce the noise during the rainfall. You cannot hear the, I mean the very not very loud for the sound of the metal sheet. Yeah, it's just like
Wow.
they have like 2 layer, the top and the lower part for reducing the noise and so on. Yeah, and during the daytime it's not too hot like a normal metal sheet. Yeah, that one it's a special one.
Excellent. Is there any other questions? If not, Vala is going to do her demonstration of the beehive before we go to our last speaker. So Vala, if you're ready.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just gonna show it on my dad's user.
Okay.
Someone asked me, can I build a mobile house and ship it to Africa, Ghana? I think I will be like a advisor, and then you will build yourself better. I think remotely,
I like
and
that.
then you can the same thing, same idea. Yeah. I share you, Ghana. Okay, you can work it and contact me. I mean, I can give you my email.
Okay, I just wanted to show my site. So this is what the website would look like for the bee farmer. So they would be able to see the temperature, the humidity, and the weight. And this is the model that I entered for the Royal Adelaide show, and this is the controller and the transceiver. So this is a humidity sensor, and this is the light sensor, but we're using as a weight sensor because that's still being developed. And when I put my hand closer to the light sensor, you can see that the weight increases, and when I take it away, it decreases. the code for this is also very simple. I didn't have to write much to make this website. It's pretty simple. I think anyone could understand.
Can you just zoom in a little bit,
And
show that you're actually
yeah.
using the RunLink technology? We can't really see. Okay.
This one?
So it's, yeah, so she's using the same exact platform.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I also added if I want to like improve the system, I could add a solar panel, which is I'm kind of working on it right now, so that if I wanted to like store energy or something for the controller, I'm working on showing that on the website as well. And I think that I could add like a sprinkler system or something else to further improve this, so that if the farmer can't get there in time, at least the sprinkler would be able to start and maintain the bushfire. And this button is just to send the signal to the satellite, I mean the transmitter, and that'll send it to the satellite. But thank you.
So are you saying, Bella, that with your design and with Dr. Samporn's concept of the smart house, you can code so that if something were to happen in your house, you can say, okay, if the smoke detector went off or the alarm went off, you can give an action or command for it to respond a certain way?
Yeah, I could.
Okay, and you
Like I
can
said,
monitor.
I could add like a sprinkler system or further improvements. So because the farmer obviously wouldn't be able to get there straight away, but in a more efficient way than having to travel just 4 hours a week, not on like a regular schedule. He could have like an alarm, so the sprinkler system goes off and he can get there in like the fastest way possible.
Excellent. So with that type of framework, you can do endless ideas and endless innovations and just keep building on it. That's great.
Yes.
That's excellent, Bella.
Thank you.
How long did it take for your project?
It didn't really take that long. It only took like a couple months, maybe 2 months.
Okay. Alex, how
Or
long for
maybe
your
even less
project?
than that.
Actually, so the irrigation system only took a few weeks.
Okay. And Dr. Samporn, how long for yours?
Actually, that is, I mean, for the solar tracking is about a month. I mean to just control and actuator to make it together. Actually, I think if we can start by now, it's very easy. I mean, because we know the length and the distance and something like that already, so you can get the
Okay.
solution.
So engineers can see the value in the time saving value
Yeah,
in using RunLink, because you would just be spending that many hours in coding just for a simple task. And y'all have full builds, so excellent.
I mean the part of the coding, I think it's only a few days, but by now it may be only an hour. It's also done. I think it's simple.
Excellent. Thank you very much, everyone from STEMSEL and RunLink. Thank you very much. And Jayla, we're back to you.
Thank you again to everyone from STEMSEL and RunLink. Next up, we will have Sadem, co-founder of Sedla Global.
All right, thank you very much, Jela. Good evening to everyone. My name is Sedem Tetevi. I'm a civil engineer by profession, and I have started my journey since 2017. Well, I deal with the divine, Almighty God on my directions concerning certain things that happen or align with humanity. whether being in terms of humanitarian or personal. 2017, I had a vision about how a lot of youth are driven away from agriculture. So even as a civil engineer practitioner, I have to come up with an innovation. That is how we can indulge a lot of youth in terms of agri, and then how we can merge it with the technology that we innovate to be able to help propel the production of or the food chain supply. But in 2020, we had the opportunity to kickstart that project, and a lot of people have shown interest, not only in Ghana, but globally. And food is a necessity. And aside that, it provides good shelter for humanity as well. Currently, as a co-founder of Sedla, we are also into construction. The construction aspect is to identify the challenges that we face locally, especially in Keta that we reside for centuries, since the 17th century, 18 to 19. Keta has been experiencing a lot of coastal devastation, whereby the land has been taken away by the sea. And a lot of efforts have been put in place to identify what actually is the problem, but all to no avail. I could say that with Sedla initiative, we're able to come up with a permanent solution, whereby we find out that the sea has a lot of sand deficit, over 7 million cubic feet deficit of sand in the sea. But a lot of people think you just have to go and then construct a sea defense wall. No. The sand that we have here is a golden one. Even though Keta serves as a marketing center for the entire Gold Coast during those era, we need to reclaim the land and then through that establish a sea defense and put a dredging machine on the sea, because at any given time, we have a lot of sand deficit around our shores. And that have caused a lot of inhabitants to move, and at the same time, their daily activities, where they get their food from, to be in shambles. So currently, that is the situation that a lot of the coastline at Keta is facing. Thank you.
Thank you, Sadam. Dr. Samporn, from your experience and your knowledge, do you have any recommendations, an approach that even Sadam can possibly initiate or rally for? You're on mute, I'm sorry.
You mean for the shoreline monitoring, right?
Yeah, yes, in Keta.
Yeah. I am not sure that is what is the real problem of the shoreline at the moment in Ghana.
Can any of the technology even monitor even just the agriculture there and
the first one I think is you can also get the satellite image. Yeah, satellite images with different time, right? With different time, different year, for example. That's one, and you can also use like a AI or you can use like a image processing in order to proceed the shoreline. And then that one is like a monitoring from the past until the latest images that you have, right? But for the future, this is, I think, the idea is maybe try to collect the data from maybe from the camera. If you have like camera, you can make a baseline of the shoreline firstly, and then after that, maybe from every 3 months, you can also have check for the sand, and also because the sand is on the shoreline, you have the sand, and you have the depth, and also the width of the between shoreline to the water, for example. This is maybe it need also the knowledge from the it should have like a what they call elevation, like elevations profile of the beach or the shore, yeah, something like that. If you try to capture the example, okay, in more detail, and then you can give me the example, and I can also have a deeper, I mean, suggestion. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for that feedback, because I think it's critically important that we have, as our young people are starting to take on these responsibilities and get involved and advocate for needs of their communities. We need others, our seniors, to be able to advise us accordingly, and just have this healthy exchange. You know, a lot of times young people are their voices fall on deaf ears. So just having seniors that are open and willing to share information freely is really needed and it's appreciated. So thank you for that. So if any, I don't see any questions in the chat, but we are nearing the end. We're actually early. So if anybody wants to drop any questions for anybody, if anybody wants to share any information, contact information in the chats, we're going to be wrapping it up. You have some time to drop it in the chat section now.
Latoya, maybe I can show you a little bit for the screen, from the screen for the project of the shoreline monitoring, for example.
Yes, please.
For just 1 minute, for example.
Terrific. Thank you.
This is the area that I have done also from Thailand, southern Thailand. This is Pattani. For example, here you can also make the idea of at the shoreline. Okay. For example, you can also make the difference from different time using Google Earth. Okay. You have Google Earth Pro, and then you can also make the shoreline. They have the timeline. Then you also move the timeline to from each year, and then you try to make the digitize of the shoreline. And after that, from each step, each year, right, you can also make the shoreline like that. And then after that, you will have like a different year you will have the different line, and then try to analyze this one with the spatial analyzing, right? For example, you have like a y-axis and x-axis, and then from time to time you can have a look for the change of the shoreline, for example, like this. Some cases also long time ago, you see here like it have a they call groin, groin is like the construction that is also go perpendicular to the beach, for example, the shoreline, and they make like the concrete or the big stone, something like that. And at the beginning, the line like that, you know. After that, from time to time, it also, if since the wave come from this side, and then it also come to erode and try to destroy this one. It like this one too. It come like that, and then it rotate and then try to take the sand here away. So it start to destroy the sand from this side. Okay, if the wave come from the right side, and then it will destroy from the left side, left to right, something like that. Then you will see the development of the, I mean, the changing of the shoreline changing. And this is monitor from the past until the latest time that you have the picture. But after you get all the data here, and you have the construction of, like a construction, it doesn't mean only the groin or the breakwater, but it can be like a mountain, for example. Mountain can cause also the erosion or something like that, and that can also make the different change of the shoreline. There are many places that I have tried, and I have checked for this changing of the shoreline. Okay, so in your case in Ghana, it's also related this problem or not, I am not quite sure, but erosion is also can occur even in the river and on the beach, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So like some cases here, you see like they have a lot of groin, that because the idea of the groin, they thought maybe it can also conduct the sand not to move to another period, another interval. It should conduct the sand during this groin, right? But it's not true, because when the time change from time to time, it will destroy I mean, they call the N effect. This is like N effect, because you don't have any more for the groin, and this is the N one. The N effect, it will affect like that. The wave come this direction, it rotate and then try to destroy here from left to the right, like that, and then destroy again, come and then destroy, and then it destroyed for a whole system. It like this one, you see at the moment, that too, it was destroyed already, right? But this one is still, it take a few years later on until the wave come here. It will erode and take the sand away here, and for a while it will connect together here, and then when the water can flow directly, not to rotate like that, then it will also destroy very easily for this zone, just from time to time. Okay, we can also discuss deeply for this with the scientist part. Okay, the scientific part. Thank you.
Fantastic information. Thank you. Sadam, is that helpful?
Yeah, it's so much helpful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. With this, I think there's a comment. Who's this for? Dr. Samporn? Let's see. Is there any systems or measures in place for any panels, since they're directly exposed to sunlight and rain, which sunlight is its way of gaining more energy? Bro, where are you? Can you elaborate on your comment?
Let me read it again.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, hey.
Yeah, okay. So I believe solar panels are exposed directly to the sunlight, which it's directly gaining more energy from the sun. But I wanted to also ask if there are also measures in place. So far as it's exposed to the sunlight and rains, constant sunlight and rays, is there any maybe challenges it's going to face as time goes by? So maybe let's say maybe in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, this is what you have to do. Maybe if there is any maintenance, or maybe there's going to be maybe some constant thing you have to do just to, not go into some trouble, so you can have like a very good and effective solar panel while using it.
Actually, what from my experience, you know, is if you have no rain, okay, if you have no rain, and then it's the sunlight and the solar panel are perpendicular to each other. That is, you will get the high concentration of the light, the sunlight intensity at the solar panel. It means you will have higher heat also on the mirror, right? And then increase the heat. It means it will reduce the energy production also. But it's for 10 degree of the 10 degrees Celsius. It reduce about 1%, something like that. So then it's less, I think. But if it rains also, it raining also during the sunlight, during the sunshine, then you will also gain. It depends on the light intensity, but normally it cool down the mirror, right? The mirror, when you get low temperature and you have sunlight, it will have the very high production. I mean, if normally during the winter time, but okay, in the southern Thailand we don't have winter time, right? But in the northern Thailand or northeastern Thailand, they have like a winter time. Okay, not really winter like you have snow, but low temperature is something like 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. It means you can produce more. Even you have normally the sunlight is you don't have cloud, right? When you have in the winter time, you don't have cloud, then you have higher light intensity and very low temperature, then you will get the higher production from the solar energy. That is from my experience. Yeah. But if you rotate and without rotate, I mean, if you rotate and you fix, you will get the different energy. I mean, production. It's about I think something like 10 to 20%, if from my experience. Yeah.
Is it on an
Because you can
automatic rotation schedule? Or you have
Yeah,
to
for
manually
example,
rotate it?
normally in Thailand we fix like a 15 degree to the horizontal plane, right? To the south direction, like that. But if you rotate daily, then so you can rotate something like this, and the sunlight come like that, okay? And then you can really make it from time to time until the sunlight going down, something like that. So you can have the number of the hour is it can change from 4 hours to be 6 hours, something like that. So it's something like nearly I mean even more than 20%. Yeah. But okay, it's in the morning time and evening time, the sunlight or the light intensity is lower than the noon time, right? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think I have a follow-up question. I wanted to ask, as time goes on, is there any plan of, as I said, making more improvements on guarding the solar panels from rains, just for so it has a longer lifespan? Maybe if it has to take 10 years before you do some maintenance, maybe you can prolong the lifespan just because of the rains. Because maybe someone might be in an area which is very rainy, a rainy area. But in this case, maybe the person might need the solar panels as well. Because yes, so that shouldn't be maybe a hindrance to that person. That because maybe the person is a very rainy area, the person will be very difficult for the person to get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, in the southern Thailand, we also have the problem with raining also, right? But okay, if you think of the rain and maybe you can have wind during the raining time, raining season. I don't know if the same as you or not. Okay, that it means we can also gain from wind energy together with the sun energy, right? Sunlight energy. That is also possible. And actually, in the I think we have to balance for the energy from different sources. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sampan.
Yeah.
Is there any other questions or comments? And I do want to bring on Peng Chu, who joined us from STEMSEL, to give some remarks before we close. So if there's any other questions or comments, drop them now, and then Peng will hear from you now.
Hi, Latoya.
Hey.
Sorry, I overslept and forgot to put in my alarm. This is about what? About 4:15 here. This is the first time I suppose I do this type of work at this hour. Normally I can sustain it, but first time I just got so late. But anyway, I'm here, and right at the end of it, greetings to everybody. This is Peng from South Australia, from Adelaide, and so it's really good to, when I joined just now, I hear Vala speaking, and it's a real joy to see Vala and hear her presenting Beehive project, which through this past few months, I think I've seen a complete change in a young person. I think Vala is only about 14 now, 14 years old. And so the transformation is through coding. And what she can achieve is simply reinforcing what I've seen in many others from Malaysia, from Cameroon, from obviously many more from Australia, and Thailand too. So I believe if we can organize even more of such meetings, this group will grow. And because I think it's a matter of using the technology like Google or Google Meet or Chrome, what do you call this, Zoom, and you can share a lot of ideas. I'm not sure whether, who is this? Victor from Nigeria is here. Victor, we met only about 2 weeks ago, and he's very interested in AI. And we actually met him through the first secretary of the Nigerian High Commission, who came with the ambassador here to Adelaide. And it was quite interesting to see how fast some of these young people are able to grasp ideas and participate in this worldwide collaboration. His example is, I suppose within 2 weeks, he was able to articulate enough that he would be able to hopefully help 57 million scouts in the world to qualify for what do you call a badge, scout badge called STEM, based on STEM, that includes satellite Internet of Things. which I hope everybody has a chance to hear a little bit. Well, Vala is a young lady who did the satellite Internet of Things based on this Kani satellite launched by our South Australian government, plus a few others. And so Victor was able to grasp idea like that. His background is in computer science, and I think he has one more year to go. But we need more youth like this in order to connect with these big numbers, you know. I was a scout for about 3 years, and that 3 years in my teens, from 13 to 15, I think, now reconnect me to the World Scout headquarters in Malaysia. They moved from Switzerland, I think, a large section of their operation. And why this 57 million number is so important is to provide you all with a network of experience, I suppose, for many, many years to come. And as to the STEM badge, it's, again, projects like Dr. Sompon, Vala, Alex, so many. And imagine that, multiply that by a big percentage of 57 million times. And I suppose the purpose of Scouts, I mentioned, is also about the problem of social media. I gather that Scouts, most of them are students, like Dr. Sompon would have 7 million Scouts, 10% of the population in Thailand. Indonesia, 20 million Scouts. So add together 27 million Scouts out of 57. That's a huge percentage in 2 countries already. So in these 2 countries, I think they basically make Scout compulsory as part of the school system. If we can do that worldwide, you have a huge number of young people who would be, doing the sort of thing that we are talking about here now, climate action, UN SDGs, and getting involved with ECOSOC. I'm actually on the board member of NGO accredited by ECOSOC in Cameroon called Chuai-Aree Foundation. I invited quite a few of them, but I'm not sure whether any of them joined earlier. But again, the reach out is global through this world first that Latoya brought along to everybody here. Satellite is such an important thing. And at the moment, I suppose there's nobody that we come across from school that we know about in so many different countries that they have the opportunity to connect to their STEM projects to satellite. And so this will open up massive opportunities. Like I keep mentioning about the 57 million Scouts has issue about membership because of this distraction or this addiction to social media, which is something that is front and center actually in what we do, is to try to reduce that problem of AI addiction, we call it, like the TikTok, the Facebook, the games, and so rendering a lot of issues between families, even within families, and so hopefully this world first case studies that we share, we can continue to share that. If Latoya, you can maybe I suppose you would have access to emails and so forth, invite everybody to continue
Yes,
to-
I just left a message in the comments. Anybody that's interested in forming a group, that they can email info@siblingskeeper.org and share their interest, and
Yeah.
we'll form a group.
Yeah, there's also so many events that besides United Nations, obviously it's important, like Scouts. There's a Camporee at Dangote University this coming weekend, 18, 19, 20, 21st of, well, this weekend, I think starting from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or thereabout.
So
But I think
what is the name of the event?
It's the university is called Dangote University of Science and Technology. Is called the Scout Camporee. There's a brochure that I'll send to you. You can send it out later.
Okay.
To everybody.
I'll do that. And you did ask
And-
if Victor's here. He is.
Yeah, and obviously, Sompon will have a big contribution here. He has been a scout, and you know, speaking on behalf of Thailand, 7 million scouts. And so if there's somebody from Indonesia, you have 20 million there through their network. Hopefully that you can get this message through. Our key message at that conference online. Is, hello? Yeah. Hello?
Did somebody say something?
Sorry, I thought I came to the end of the conference already.
Yeah, we are at the end, but I just want to get add Victor. Victor wanted to give a quick remark also. Victor, you there?
Please. Sorry, Victor from? There's so many
Nigeria.
Victor.
Nigeria.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, Victor is
Hi, Victor. Are you able to come on camera?
Okay. I will.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Latoya Samuels.
Of course, you're
Thank you very
welcome.
much for this opportunity. Yes, thank you for this opportunity to be able to speak on this platform. And hi, Dr. Bank.
Hello.
I want to express my how lucky I am to be able to meet RunLink, the stem cell organization in general, and also learn about RunLink itself. This has been a very amazing opportunity, but I also want to outline this to every Nigerian here and everyone around the whole world. I do not want to be an Abdul Jamal. Well, let me tell you a very funny, a very special story, a funny one actually in a way. Abdul Jamal was a brilliant student, but he lacked the tools or the connection to the satellite, the world first satellite, and the rest to be able to innovate technology and the rest. I want to be people like Vala, people like Alex Farmer and the rest who got the opportunity to build a smart bee farm, to build an irrigation system, a smart farm irrigation system. That is what I want to do. And also I want to plead to everybody here to help train scouts, the 57 million scouts all around the whole world, to qualify for the Scout STEM badge, for the Scout STEM badge, right? Yes, I want everybody here to be able to do that, to help them do that. So where I'm actually heading with this is actually for us to be able to get the attention of the King Charles. He's the patron and he's the patron of all Scouts. He will lead in the charge to democratize space for young people. And when I'm speaking about democratizing of space, what democratization of space means is everyone in Nigeria, in New York, all around the world will have equal chances, or let's say equal opportunity to get access to the satellite of things, to the world first satellite of things. The advantages of this all is this will help students like Alex Farmer, Vala, and students like me, Abdul Jamal, and the rest to win scholarships and jobs abroad, which is something that will be amazing. They will be able to build smart farms. This doesn't only apply to me, this applies to everyone in the whole world, every student like me, every person like me, parents included, actually. And when I'm also outlining this, I would also like to outline the competitive advantage or the competitive edge of RunLink. RunLink is very different, as you've heard today. Everyone have been saying it is very easy compared to the many lines of code. RunLink makes coding very, very simple. The number 2 competitive advantage of this is, I would always like to highlight it, is the world first. It is found nowhere in the world. It is the world first. So this is like an opportunity for anybody to get in on the one thing, on the first thing, This is like when they invented the light bulb newly, having it in your house. This is something like that. And so after outlining that, I would really love to end with a truly inspiring story. A story about Alpha. Alpha was a refugee. Alpha is a refugee currently. He's now residing in Uganda. He fled Rwanda to Uganda. And until recently, he could not afford to buy bus tickets from the refugee camp in Kampala. Alpha learned to use RunLink low-code, world first satellite IoT competitive advantage to help underserved students. Now he finally got a job worth $30,000 a year. Like many before him, Alpha went from 0 to hero due to the help of RunLink. So this is what the technology can actually do. So in all, I thank everybody for giving me this opportunity to speak. But as I'm speaking here today, this isn't about me. This isn't about anybody here. This is about the 57 million scouts, and for everyone around the world that want to democratize space and create a better world. So I will be sharing my contact in the chat for anybody to hit me up on ideas and the rest. I am really open and I have time. I create space for this kind of thing because this is what I love. I really love this, helping people. Even I thank you people very much for this space and platform to be able to talk here today. It's really an honor, really an honor. Thank you very much.
So wonderful.
Thank you,
to
Victor.
hear.
Certainly.
Yeah.
That's why we do it. That's why we're here. Thank you, Peng, for your remarks and sharing and igniting ideas for folks to come together. You know, we can't leave off here. So thank you for the idea of creating a channel for us to continue on this conversation. We are at 3 o'clock. So we went over time. It was time well spent, and I just appreciate everyone. This recording, it will be submitted to the UN. And they will review it, and then it will be on published on their site. If you have not registered and somebody just gave you the link to the to this forum, make sure that you drop your email in so that when I do send out copies, I can email to you, because those who registered, I do have their emails. If you did not register and someone shared the meeting code, I don't have your contact information. Other than that, I thank everyone for their time. I thank everyone for their commitment. I thank you for the speakers. We actually only had 7 days to put this together from the day that we was approved. It was approved for this event on April 7th, and I had up until yesterday. So everybody that contributed, thank you. Thank
Great
you.
work.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Latoya.
Thank you.
Thank you
Good.
so much for giving
You're
me the
welcome.
opportunity to also.
Okay.
Thank you. So we're not gonna end here. So I'll make sure that I store your information and you'll be hearing from me within the next week or two.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, take care, everyone. Thank you, Jayla,
Hold-
for
Keep moving forward. Yeah.
thank you, Jayla, for being an
Thank
excellent moderator. All right, take care, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good day, good night. Okay.
Have a good
Thank-
night. Get some sleep, y'all.
We're sleep now. I wonder I can.
Good morning and good nights.
Too excited.